This is number 10 on the 2020 PSAT exam. They categorize this as level intermediate, which I would kind of agree is on the lower intermediate, like easy intermediate, mix between those two. Okay, let's see what it says. They give us the scatter plot, looks like total length and miles of paved roads measured every 5 years, blah, blah, blah. Civil engineer predicts that the existing length of town's paved roads, 25 miles, would increase by 10 miles every 5 years. Which of all is closest to the difference between the civil engineer's predicted length of the paved roads in 2015 and the measured length of the paved roads in 2015 shown in the scatter plot? Okay, that was a mouthful. Let's try to understand what's going on. Okay, so this is the actual measurements, okay, of length of paved roads versus year. Okay. Now, this part is saying that this engineer is trying to model this scatter plot over here, these measurement points. And instead of memorizing every single point, we can have a model, like a linear line that summarizes these data points. That's why we model a lot of things. And we can use that model to like predict things and all that, which is what this engineer precisely did. Okay. Um, so what did this person predict? Existent. So it starts with 25 miles, which is correct. Okay. Would increase by 10 miles every 5 years. Does this sound familiar? This is rate of change. This is slope. Okay. So we're going to use this to our advantage. So let me go to the next slide now. That's why I'm saying this first bullet point. Increase by 10 miles every 5 years. So that's slope, which is change in the y over change in x, 10 miles over 5 years. That's 2 miles per year. Okay, that's the slope of this line that this imaginary line that the civil engineer modeled. Okay, so with that model, we can predict how many miles of paved roads there would be in which year? In 2015. So from 1970 to 2015, how many years is that? That's 45 years, okay? So we're going to use the slope. So 45 years times 2 miles per year. So the engineer's model predicts that in 45 years, 90 miles will be paved. Okay? Which means that since there was the initial 25, and we add 90, there's about 115 total miles of paved road. Okay? Now let's go look at a scatter plot, because the question is asking the difference between the engineer's predicted length and what was actually measured. So the engineer predicts there's 115. Okay? Now what actually got measured? It's like 90 something, right? This is 2015. It's a little bit above 90. So let's just round down to 90. So about 25 miles. Okay. And the closest guy is choice A. So that's the best answer. Okay. So the key point here is this 10 miles every 5 years. That's slope.